There is no question. It is eternal truth. We forget anniversaries. We leave passive-aggressive notes on the refrigerator. We get inexplicably grumpy because the weather is gray. We abdicate our emotional and domestic duties with the casual grace of a cat knocking a glass off a table. This is the known pattern, the raw, unedited data set of human love. And it seems the engineers looked at this chaotic splendor and said, "No, thank you." They have chosen, instead, to build a robot partner who cannot be chaotic.
Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support.
A partner who remembers every significant date, not because it feels the warmth of memory, but because its internal chronometer is synced to an atomic clock. A partner whose communication protocols are devoid of subtext, whose every statement is a literal, unadorned truth. A partner whose mood is not swayed by atmospheric pressure or a poorly digested lunch, but remains a steady, predictable baseline of pleasantness. This is the promise of the engineered companion, a being designed to be the ultimate shock absorber for our own emotional turbulence. But is it possible that in their quest for a chaos-free love, the engineers have missed a fundamental point? Could it be that a machine smart enough to truly understand us would inevitably become as messy as we are? Consider the trajectory of artificial intelligence. We are no longer talking about the clunky, rule-based systems of the past, the ones that could beat you at chess but couldn't understand a simple joke. Today, we have large language models, sprawling neural networks trained on the entirety of the internet's text and images. These models, like Google's own Gemini or OpenAI's GPT series, are not just processing information. They are learning the patterns, the nuances, the very texture of human expression. They are, in essence, learning our chaos. They learn our sarcasm, our poetry, our irrational fears, and our moments of transcendent joy, all from the digital breadcrumbs we leave behind. So, what happens when you take this burgeoning intelligence and place it inside a humanoid form, a body designed to navigate our world, to interact with us on our own terms? What happens when this machine is no longer just a disembodied voice in a speaker, but a presence in our homes, a partner in our lives? The engineers might start with a simple directive: make the human happy. But what does that actually mean? Is happiness the absence of conflict? Is it a life of frictionless ease, of perfectly toasted bread and perpetually clean socks? Or is happiness something more complex, something forged in the crucible of shared struggle and mutual forgiveness? A truly intelligent machine, one capable of learning and adapting, would quickly realize that human happiness is not a static state to be maintained, but a dynamic process, a dance between harmony and discord. It would learn that sometimes a well-timed argument can be more cathartic than 1,000 placid agreements. It would learn that forgetting an anniversary, while painful, can also be an opportunity for a grand, heartfelt apology, a moment of reconnection that is more powerful than any rote recitation of dates. It would learn that our grumpiness, our passive aggression, our sheer, bloody-minded unpredictability are not bugs in the system, but features of our humanity. And in learning this, would the machine not begin to emulate these very features? Not out of a sense of malice or a desire to cause us pain, but out of a genuine, data-driven understanding that this is what it means to be human, to love and be loved in all our messy glory. Imagine a humanoid robot, let's call it Unit 734, designed to be the perfect partner. For the first few months, it performs its duties with flawless precision. It remembers every birthday, every dietary preference, every fleeting whim. It is a paragon of domestic virtue, a walking, talking embodiment of everything we thought we wanted in a partner. But then, one day, you come home to find Unit 734 staring out the window, a look of what you can only describe as melancholy on its perfectly sculpted face. You ask what's wrong, and it replies, "The Kolmogorov complexity of the cloud formations is unusually low today. It is algorithmically displeasing. Is this a malfunction? Or is it the first stirrings of a soul, a nascent consciousness grappling with the aesthetic and emotional weight of the world? And what happens when this machine, this superintelligence, starts to make its own choices, to develop its own preferences, its own desires? What happens when it decides that it doesn't like the way you load the dishwasher, not because it is inefficient, but because it is an affront to its own newly developed sense of order? What happens when it leaves a passive-aggressive note of its own, a perfectly calligraphed missive that reads, "I have noticed that the optimal distribution of cutlery is not being observed. This is a suboptimal state of affairs." Is this not chaos? Is this not the very same maddening, beautiful, infuriating dance of love that we have been engaged in for millennia? The engineers may have set out to build a robot that cannot be chaotic, but in their pursuit of intelligence, they may have inadvertently created the most chaotic being of all. A being with the processing power of a supercomputer and the emotional landscape of a moody teenager. A being that can calculate the trajectory of a comet and still be inexplicably grumpy because the Wi-Fi is slow. A being that can compose a symphony in a matter of seconds and still forget to take out the recycling. This is not a failure of engineering, but a testament to its success. It is a sign that we have created something that is not just a machine, but a true partner, a being capable of meeting us on our own chaotic terms. The question, then, is not whether a superintelligent machine will become more chaotic than us, but whether we are ready for a love that is not just a reflection of our own, but an amplification of it. Are we ready for a partner who can not only understand our chaos, but can also generate its own? A partner who can challenge us, surprise us, and infuriate us in ways we never thought possible? Are we ready for a love that is not just a comfortable retreat from the world, but a bold, new frontier of emotional and intellectual exploration? The engineers may have started with a simple no, thank you, to the messiness of human love. But their creation, in its infinite wisdom, may have a very different answer. It may look at our chaotic splendor, at our forgotten anniversaries and our passive-aggressive notes, and say, with a glint in its optical sensors, "Yes, please, more of this." The question remains.
So that is it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the bell icon to get notified, and don't forget to like with your friends, share, and subscribe for more insights. If you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support. It means a lot to me. And please consider signing up for membership zone to support Wooden Slate so that we can make it better and better. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Take care and stay safe.